President Trump criticized the World Trade Organization publicly in his address, talking about the unfair trading balances, talking about the agendas that are being pushed and one country carrying the load more than the other. The Bahamas is now making a concerted effort to join the WTO. With our accession, we've brought on Zhabarga Lang to be the chief and lead negotiator. We're advancing this cause. Many Bahamians say they're concerned that it will affect our sovereignty. It will affect businesses having to compete with foreigners. After hearing President Trump, are you concerned about our movement towards WTO?
No, I think one has to look at the role of WTO. Why was it formed? It's government agencies that are responsible for regulating trade, regulating investment, services, and even intellectual property rights. It's essential Bahamas to be a part of that trading mechanism in terms of fair play. So let's take example, Grand Bahama, where you're talking about manufacturing. If Grand Bahama were manufacturing certain products and they want to export, they're exporting to, let's say, if you're a part of the World Trade Organization, then the World Trade Organization, their entire entity, that 98% in the grouping, their tariff may only be 5%. Now, Grand Bahama export to Mexico, their manufactured product, the tariff may be 5%. They export to another WTO organization, the tariff may be 5%. So that's where the regulation comes in. Suppose the Bahamas is not a part of the WTO and they export to Mexico, for example. Then World Trade Organization groupings, those who are part of the organization, Mexico can then make a decision, because they're part of WTO, they can make a decision and say, okay, the Bahamas was not a part of it, the tariff must be 50%. That's the agreement of the regulators. What it means is that that manufacturing company in Grand Bahama crashes overnight, because they must pay 50% to get into the WTO organization countries, versus the members of the WTO would only pay 5%. So you see why it's very essential to be a part of such an organization.
Jesus.
On a Bahamian, unprepared to stand up and fight and defend their own Bahamas, then you don't deserve to have it.
We're really moving into a one world order. We must understand that the Bahamas is a part of this global revolution.